I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Hello, and welcome to Women Awakening. I'm your host, Cynthia James. I'm so excited because I get to introduce you to fabulous women. Women that are change makers, women that are absolutely clear about their purpose and how they want to operate on this planet. And so what they do is they model for us possibility because they're not exceptions. They're just people who've stepped into their power. And that's exciting for me. I do these every week, and we're on iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, YouTube. Just subscribe, come back every week and meet an incredible woman. You can also go to cynthiajames.net. That's my website, and you can have gifts and see the other things that are going on in my world. I want to introduce you today to a beautiful woman, Simona Mango. She's a certified life coach, a spirituality coach, and an intuitive life coach. I love this. She helps women free themselves from the traps and change that society, family, schooling systems, religions, traditions, manipulative morals keep using to keep them down and clip their wings. Her approach to life is holistic, and her main focus is on life purpose mentoring. So when you ask her what she does, she says, I help you remember what it is you came here in this life to do. I help you recognize and accept your greatness. I help you look at your life from a different perspective. Simona, thank you so much for being here.
Cynthia, thank you. I'm so happy to be here. It's wonderful.
Well, I'm first of all, thank you for being up late in Spain. I'm just really grateful. And I want to start by, where did you come from? How did you grow up?
I'm a strange mix. I'm half Italian and half Swiss. And yeah, I grew up in southern Italy, in Naples. That's a very chaotic and very peculiar kind of city. And then I've lived there until I was 22, then in Rome, then in Switzerland. And about 8 years ago, I came to the south of Spain, where I think I found my home.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love Spain.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, what was the journey of you becoming a life coach? Because, most of us don't come on the planet and go, oh, now I'm going to be this. So what called you to do that?
um, you know, that's what I was doing since I was a kid. I was just coaching. Obviously, I didn't know what coaching was. I had no idea that that was even a thing. But I was just talking people through things. And for some reason, people would just open up to me. And and then I was helping, I was teaching, I was always doing some of that. And obviously, not knowing that this would be a profession, I didn't want to become a teacher. I was, looking for professions, looking for things to do. And I did quite a few, and they were beautiful. I loved them. But I always had this sense that, I'm not really sure. Is that it? What else could I do? And I was looking, searching, until it dawned on me, like half a century later, that, do you know what? What you've always done is what you're meant to do. And so I said, you know what? I've had this thing called a coach, so I guess that's me.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. I was sharing with someone recently that when I was a kid, people would come and tell me their stuff, and I was like,
Yes.
what am I supposed to do about that? Okay, I'll just listen. So I totally get that. So
Yes.
So women are your passion. Why?
I like human beings. I just love human beings, all of them. I like working with women for many reasons. One is that I think that right now, at this moment in time, women need all the help they can get, because what's happening worldwide is big. I mean, we're facing sea changes here. And I believe that women are the ones who are driving the changes. They started the changes, they are driving them, and they will also bring them to completion. Obviously, we are, I think, taking men with us slowly, a few of them, but who's really changing the fate of humanity at the moment, I believe, is women.
I couldn't agree with you more. And
Mm.
we're watching a system that is crumbling, fighting for its life by what they are trying to do. I love that you put, trying to clip the wings of women.
Yeah.
And so it's a time where we're watching women emerge and rise, and at the same time, systems trying to shut them down. And so it's an incredible energetic to just watch what's happening.
Yes.
Women are not backing down.
No, not at all. They are still suffering a lot. They are still, they're really having to fight. But no, they're not backing down. Quite the opposite. They're going forward very fast.
So tell me about your approach to coaching.
Um, when people ask me what I do, I say, well, I'll help you get out of your mind. And they say, oh, do I really want this? Yes, you do want this. Because it sounds scary, but your mind is the part of you that is scared. And getting out of your mind means getting out of fear. And so if you get out of your mind, where do you go to? You go to your soul. And what your soul knows is love. Your mind knows fear and your soul knows love. So if you are leaving the mind, not all of the mind is wonderful, it does some amazing things. But if you leave the paralyzing parts of the mind behind, and it's the fear, and replace it with love, which is the soul, that's when you really also get your own higher guidance, because it's your soul, it's you, it's your essence shining through at last, if you manage to quiet down the mind a little bit and tell it to just please shut up.
I want to know, how did you learn this? I mean, did you have some kind of moment where there was an awakening? Did something happen where for you to get this and then want to be in service to others?
There were quite a few moments, and some started when I was really young, and I mean a kid, and I didn't know what to make of them. I'll tell you just one strange thing that gives you an idea. So I had very lonely and very sad afternoons as a kid. I had a sister, but she was small, and we didn't, until a certain age, didn't play a lot together, and I was really on my own and feeling miserable a lot. And then I was thinking to myself, if only I could not exist. I didn't think about, killing myself or anything like that. I just thought if I could not exist. And you know what happened? Every single time I had this thought, this voice came that said, it's not possible. And I was like, what? And there was this clear knowing. It wasn't a voice like hearing sounds in my ears, no. But it was this clear message that said, you know exactly it's not possible. And then I always got these images of being in a very similar situation. If I weren't here and now, I would be somewhere else and I would feel the same. And I thought I was a little bit crazy. I couldn't talk about this with anyone. My family was very, very, materialistic, positivistic, scientifically based and kind of people. And that, you couldn't talk about these things with them. And over time, slowly, I started gathering proof that actually I'm not completely crazy. There are things pointing at this truth that I kind of knew, and I started investigating, and it just went when you open that door.
Interesting, because so many people that are doing this work on the planet have similar experiences where they hear a voice. They get a guidance, and the first thought is, uh-oh, what what
What's wrong with me?
And then you begin to understand it and to trust it and to become obedient. So I really want to invite you to talk about life purpose mentoring. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. This is the biggest thing I found out for myself, and that's why I think I'm a mentor like that, because I've been there. I've walked that really, really strange path, and of really knowing why I'm here, in the first place, and what I'm meant to do. And I found out that it's not so much about what you're meant to do, because you could do probably quite a few things that would make you happy. So, you're not born to be a tennis player or born to be something like that, but you are born to feel the way you want to feel. You are born to also contribute the way you want to contribute and to be who you want to be. And this can find quite a few different expressions. Maybe it's very clear for you, people just want to be a musician and they know that, and that's how they bloom. And others, like myself, haven't got a clue and have done many things, amongst them being a musician or whatever. But this continual quest for the right thing is because until you find it, as much as you might like it and be good at it and everything, it just doesn't feel like, oh, that's it. Oh, now I know. It's just another nice thing that you can do. And, I could have done another 4 or 5 and loved them, and it was great. But life purpose is that moment when you understand that who you really are will dictate the rest.
Yeah.
And you don't have to choose, you don't have to decide what to do or choose between things. You just do the right thing because you're just in a place where you can't but do the right thing.
Yeah, because it's encoded. You came with it.
Yes.
It's not something you go searching for.
That's right.
And then it gets to emerge. Well, I love that. And I think I know when I'm working with my clients, I'm telling them, okay, don't go trying to find it. You are it. So
that's it. Exactly. That's exactly it.
You said that there are a lot of things that will be interesting to you, but there's this thing that lights you up, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so, okay, you're a woman on the planet. What challenges have you overcome to stand in your power?
Oh, quite a few. The first one was to accept. No, not accept. What's the word? I was born into a family who wanted sons, and they got daughters.
Oh.
They wanted sons, and they got 2 girls and did whatever they could to transform us into boys. So the first big challenge was hey, I'm a girl, I want to be a girl. I'm okay, I'm not wrong because I'm not a boy. And that is a big, big thing that took me, I don't know how long it took me, but a few decades, and that's the biggest one. And that's one of the many reasons why I also like helping women, because, even if you're born in a different kind of family, there's still this thing that as a girl, you are kind of, yeah, right. Okay, it's a girl. Congratulations. No, this is not like that. This is not right. And I knew that, I really knew it. So I had to step into the power of also owning it, because knowing it is one thing, but then owning it and acting like it is the truth, that's a big challenge. That was my first big one.
This is so interesting, because if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see her and you can see that she's beautiful. But for those of you who are listening, on podcast platforms, I mean, this woman is striking. So I cannot imagine her family going, you should have been a boy, because
Oh yeah, they didn't say it. They did not say it.
Just did it.
No. It was yeah. It went so far as to buy his boys clothes and that kind of stuff, and anything that was in some way feminine was bad.
That's so interesting to me, because I interviewed a woman, maybe a couple of years ago, who came on the planet as a lesbian and felt the more masculine, and they kept putting her in outfits that were and she talked about exactly what I'm thinking you're feeling. It's like, this is not me. You're trying to make me something that I am not.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. So let's talk about relationships for a moment, where women become chameleons to be accepted.
Oh, yes. I can tell you all about that. Yeah. So I didn't really accept, I mean, as a small kid, you don't filter a lot. So, things happen the way they do. When I was a little bit older, I started pushing against that and, finding my way somehow about not looking like a boy or being a boy, this. But all the rest of all the many aspects, of your life, like what you learn, what you study, what you do, how you do it, that was very much in obedience and against my talents, my will, my wish, my inclinations. And that's one of the reasons why it took me so long also. uh, the first serious step towards the right things was when I was 25, and I started learning to sing, and I then became a classical singer, which I've done for 2 full decades, and I loved doing, and it was great. And that was the first time where I went like against and really found my path and did something that was crucial for my development. It was not the end stage, but it was definitely crucial.
Well, what I love about what you're saying, I'm a singer too, but what I love about what you're saying is that bringing your voice to the planet through music um, was your first foray into helping other women find their voices.
Absolutely. And I see that you say, does my voice matter? And do you struggle to find your voice? You don't know how, oh my, you know how much this resonates with me, because the singing voice is so much more than just a singing voice. It is so much of your own expression. And it's an incredible step towards, I find that teaching someone to sing is an incredible form of life coaching, apart
Yeah,
from the result of the skills.
yeah, because it's frequency.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
people communicate freely. I just think that is so incredible. So I do want to ask you, what do you think is the biggest challenge women are facing today in terms of standing in their power?
um, I think the very moment is a challenge, because the moment is so charged. It's really this is a big thing. Women have always struggled to step into their power. They have always been, stopped and pushed back and all of that, and it's always been a struggle. But now it's getting really, really charged, because the old system, which is, I think, 90 something percent men, but also women involved in that, are feeling the pressure. They are feeling the change. They are feeling a completely new vibration, and they don't know how to handle it.
Right.
This is a vibration that is much higher. It's a higher frequency. And the low frequency is freaking out because it doesn't know how to handle it. So
That's incredible. Yeah, well, I couldn't agree with you more. Um, it's quite startling and interesting to witness at the same time what you're discussing.
very interesting times.
Yeah, very. So how do people find you? How do they get to know about your work?
A few things. There's my website. It's easy to remember. Simona lifepurposementor.com. Go look for Life Purpose Mentor. Same on my Instagram. And then I'd like to tell you about a new platform, a new community that I'm founding, that I founded with 4 fellow coaches, and it's called Keepers of Mother Earth. And we are it's all dedicated to our relationship with nature. It's about self-discovery, it's life coaching, but it comes from the belief, and actually the knowing, that when a human being is soul-centered, is in their soul, is out of their minds, out of the scary part or scared parts of their mind, and really connected with their souls, they are automatically, because it can't be otherwise, connected to nature. And nature needs us now.
Yes. Oh, that is so beautiful. Well, and they can find out about that on your website.
Yes, absolutely, under community.
Okay, beautiful. So I ask the same last question of every guest. This show is called Women Awakening. What do you think is the most important thing for women to know at this moment about the importance of their awakening?
That there is nothing more important. On a personal level, for their own lives, for their own happiness, fulfillment, but really for the sake of the planet. I mean, not the planet, you know, if we went, the planet would keep on, it would start thriving again after a short while, but for the sake of our environment, for the sake of nature. And as long as humanity is meant to live on this planet, this is all that matters, because women are the ones who are really connected to I would say to life. They feel that so strongly. They are so connected. And feminine energy is really, of course, it needs a masculine input. Obviously, we need both energies at the same level, but at the same level, not like one there and the other one disappearing somewhere. And the awakening now is really, it's got to be the total awareness that as a woman living right now, you have a big job, you have a big duty. And awakening can take many different shapes, many, you know, it can be a very personal experience for everyone. But if you are a woman, please be happy to be one, and accept the challenge, and accept it's a labor of love being a woman. Accept what comes with it.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. So that's so beautiful. Yes, it is a labor
Thank
of
you.
love.
Yeah,
It's a gift. I think it's quite a gift to be a woman on the
it
planet.
is. It is.
Simona, thank you so much for being with me. I so admire you and what you're doing and your
Oh
passion.
my God, likewise multiplied by 100, Cynthia. Thank you.
Ladies, I'm going to say the same thing that I say to you every week in a different form. Do you have any idea how incredible you are? How extraordinary it is that you are on the planet at this moment in time to bring the gifts that only you can deliver. Make no mistake about the fact that you matter and that you're important and that you're powerful and that you're dynamic and there is a mighty energy that lives within you. I stand with you. I see you, and the guests that I have do exactly the same. I'm so honored to bring them to you, and I will see you soon.